This is a certified hood classic.
All rise. Order in the court. It is Monday, and it's time for We Got a Case. Back at it again.
Yes, Creed. It is a new, fresh week. I can smell the freshness on this week already. I'm excited. I hope you are. Doing something a little different today.
Yeah.
I'm going to go with some of the people that are from our members only is familiar with this spot, but we've never covered it live on our show. So
have we not? Really? We've
No.
just done well,
No,
you're in
we've
for a
only
treat.
covered we've only covered this location for members only. So it's a little something new, let you know some of the weirdness that we watched during that. A very interesting courtroom, revolving door of judges come through here.
Yeah, I was gonna say we haven't seen the lady.
It's Worman. No, usually it's a old dude with that
Yeah.
weird ass chair. Courtney, how are you?
These can be fun too. A lot of trespassing from different casinos and such.
Well, some of these are kind of serious.
I'm
Well, that as we go on, I guess.
We did skip through. There was a translator one. We don't need to sit through that on a Monday.
No, too soon for translators. Too soon.
Next, we have Lenita Jackson, followed by Chelsea Giesler.
Deputy Simcox. You know what makes me think of the Deputy Simcox when I see his name? I think to myself, I was like, Mikey, it might be Monday, but sure feels like Friday. Now, this is the time of the show where I stop and I put this up myself and I play it for us. You know, just like a nice guy kind of move where I'm like, you know what? Mikey's going to play it for us. He's going to put it up on the screen and we're going to look at it and talk about it.
I guess it's going to continue on into Monday as well after sitting here not doing anything all weekend. I
got excited. I'm not going to lie. I was like, oh, things are turning around. Everything's coming up Millhouse, but nope.
The only thing that I did not do, and I probably should have done before we started today, was restart the modem. That's the only other thing that I can really think of. But yeah, two seconds in and boom, there it is. It's still pegged at just a 1 for me, so that's pretty awesome.
It's begging for a pagan.
Okay. Who, Paisley?
Oh, maybe. I don't know. I don't know what they do in Canada.
All right, it looks like we're back. You might want to pull it up.
Yeah.
First appearance in one case. We had the first appearance in the other case yesterday, and a bail hearing in both of these cases. Probable cause has been found for both of these charges. The public defender's office has been appointed to represent you in both of these cases. I do note that I am in receipt of the Nevada pretrial risk assessment, which indicates that you scored as a high risk or a tenant utilizing that tool state. Are you ready to proceed for the hearings?
Is that a woman or a man?
Yes, Your Honor.
The name is Chelsea.
The domestic battery by strangulation case, the state is seeking $15,000 in bail. For the DUI case, the state is asking for an additional $1,000 in bail. Those requests are based on number one, probably not first and foremost, but the higher NPRA score of 10 is certainly concerning to the state. Probably more concerning is the violence used in the case. It's clear that Ms. Jackson has issues with alcohol and violence. Her history is comprised of a very small history, but we know that in 2018, she was convicted of a battery out of Reno Municipal Court. And then in 2016, she had a minor in possession and an intoxicated pedestrian out of Reno Municipal Court.
That's the drink and throw hands.
Previous history with both alcohol and it looks like violence. This case, as you can see articulated in the probable cause sheet, was very violent. It started with them drinking in a park, led to some physical violence there, somehow it led to the victim basically lying in the street. The defendant returns, strangles her in front of a witness. Then the defendant helps the victim into the car, drives away, obviously intoxicated, and then ends up crashing that vehicle on Interstate 80.
Wow, what a fun night.
The defendant and the victim have to be transported to the hospital for injuries.
Whoa.
We were able to reach out to the victim and speak with her. She, Miss Hansen, asked, she did not want to be present today, but she did ask for a no contact order.
Heather?
She says she is concerned for her safety and would like the defendant to stay in custody if possible. She has been the victim of prior physical violence by the defendant on prior occasions. She did not believe she owned any weapons. And that was her statement. So again, for the violence reasons, as well as that higher NPRA score, the state believes some amount of bail is appropriate. We would ask for the $15,000 and the $1,000 on the DUI. We would ask for DAS supervision. We would ask for a no contact order pursuant to 178-4845 based on the domestic component of this relationship. We would also ask for no alcohol, no drugs, and random testing, no firearms or weapons clause as well.
Thank you.
Your Honor, I am going to be asking for an OR release with certain things that I believe will.
What?
Nah.
Thank you, Melissa.
Safety.
No, we're not gonna go ahead and do that.
Okay.
But thanks for trying.
I mean, is he really trying though? It's like, he's like reaching in his pocket, pulls out a piece of paper. OR. Yeah. I'm going to go with an OR. And we did. He just hear the accusations of the drunken choking and not just choking, Creed, but choking in the street.
Oh yeah. Choking in the streets, even worse. Then takes off shit faced. Cause been drinking in the park all day, takes off and then crashes the car. But perfectly fine. Just let it go.
And this has happened between them before. But they are in love. I mean, you can't stop that love and feeling anymore. Man. Heather, you involved in this, by the way? Heather was there. I've heard.
Terminator, back at you. We're all doing better than Chelsea today. We know that much.
For sure.
To the community interests of ensuring her future court appearances, as well as not keeping her just in custody. We have spoken to her mother and we have confirmed her address. She stays at 1102 New Mega Street in Sparks. Her mom says that she is welcome to return back to the home. We also confirmed a phone number. The mother says that she has a very good support system that is willing and capable to keep an eye on her and make sure that she makes all her future court appearances.
Because this bitch is crazy.
We also are willing to abide by any no contact order, and that will ensure safety of the alleged victim. And we also are willing to do drug and alcohol testing, which would make sure that she's not drinking or using any controlled substances during the pendency of this case, which will ensure safety.
And we also want to make sure that she stays out of all parks as well. Terminator, 26 months a member.
That's an OG. Again, this is a woman that has choked her woman lover.
Yep.
Choked her in the streets. They'll be choking in the streets. Choking in the streets.
Heather with 5.
Every day they're choking in the streets. Choking in the streets.
Thank you, Heather.
Heather was there.
So with that, I am asking for an OR release with those conditions.
I
do find that the state has proven by clear and convincing evidence there are no least restrictive conditions that can be imposed in order to ensure that Ms. Jackson is not a danger to this community or the named victim in this case. And so I am setting bail in an RPC 2023-055486 that will be in the amount of $15,000 that will be bondable with no 10% cash option. At this point, I am imposing a no contact order. So ma'am, you're to have no contact with Brianna Hansen or her address.
Oh, Brianna Hansen.
Or her residence. This will be to a no contact order no contact order according to the conditions of this release, as well as pursuant to NRS 178.4845, which means that if you violate that no contact order, it'll be for a period of 120 days. Then you could be charged with a misdemeanor, found in contempt pursuant to NRS 22.010, have these conditions modified, have your release revoked or remanded to custody, or have any other legal punishment as determined by appropriate by the court. Ms. Kossep, you're able to obtain a residence for Ms. Hanson. Please provide that to this court as well as to the defense, and we will include that in the order that would go to the central repository. I'm also going to...
Oh man, they're putting a repository up in that.
Oh, well, gotta do what you gotta do, Creed. Jonathan,
Thank you.
that's straight from the heart. I know it is.
I see what you did down there with the chicken.
Oh, that's a chicken.
require that Ms. Jackson be supervised by the Department of Alternative Sentencing, that she cannot use any controlled substances or alcohol, including marijuana, unless she has a valid prescription.
Alcohol.
Previously, the facts that were provided to me, as well as that this is necessary for community safety. It will include random drug and alcohol testing, as well as daily alcohol testing, and that'll be alcohol. Daily alcohol testing, again, that is for both alcohol and for controlled substances. Additionally, she is to not possess any firearms or weapons, as this is an alleged crime of violence. I'm also going to include in here that depending on, in her other case, I will be requiring that a DUI branch is conducted, and if it comes back as a low risk, then DAS may modify the conditions and to reduce testing of appropriate.
Well, Melissa, that's a good question. I have a post box out front. You can just leave it in there.
Yeah. Same. Usually mine at Creed's house.
And then I'll send it over.
We'll send you one. By the way, I would hold up these cool new stickers, but I will. I'll put it up. Yeah, I just turned it around. Looks better. I'll put up a picture of them on the Discord, so some of you will be receiving this amazing new sticker.
To answer your question, Melissa, though, if you send us an email, we can send it back. Let you know. And thank you for the 5.
PC 2023-055500. That's the DUI case. If you find that there are no.
And does anybody else not find it absolutely hilarious that Sweet Tea got it completely wrong? I mean,
we may need a new house gay. I mean, Sweet Tea's been house gay for a very long time.
It's true.
You know, kept us up on the going trends and things like that and making us aware, but you really have dropped the ball here.
Strike one, Sweet Tea. Strike one. That was a bad one. No, we're just messing with you. You're great.
You're fine.
We're all allowed to have a couple, and this one is. I mean,
maybe you had a couple, and that's why you're having
the whole
a hard
chat
time.
thought it was a guy, so we kept saying it's a lady.
Conditions that can be imposed in order to ensure that Ms. Jackson is not a danger to this community, and so I am setting bail in the amount of $1,000. It will be
That's it?
for a 10% cash option.
$1,000?
Those conditions, she will be required to be supervised by the Department of Alternative Sentencing. She will be subjected to
Which is $15,000 to start with.
She cannot use any controlled substances or alcohol, including marijuana, unless she has a valid prescription.
Serving gold.
What I discussed previously is based on the facts as presented, as well as in order to ensure the safety of the community. This will include daily alcohol testing. DAS is to conduct a DUI rant, and if she comes back as a low risk, then DAS does have permission, the ability to reduce testing. And all this is due to community safety.
Gary, where are you?
Set a 72-hour hearing, and Madam Clerk, are they both for November 17th? Thank you. So it'll be November 17th at 9:30 a.m. Thank you.
So in total, she's going to need 16,000 to get out, right? Because 15 on the one and 1,000 on the other.
Yeah. Seth, maybe.
I spoke too soon when she said 1,000.
Emily, do you want to ask questions?
Okay, this is a woman.
I'm sure of it. What's your name? Brad? Oh. Shane, 6 months of bumper.
Thank you, Shane.
Good morning. We're here today for a first appearance bail hearing. Probable cause has been found. The public defender's office has been appointed to represent you. I am in receipt of the Nevada pretrial risk assessment, which indicates that you scored as an 8, which was overridden to a high risk. State, are we ready to proceed with the bail hearing?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, even though she does score higher on the MPRA and it was overridden, the state's not going to object to releasing her on her own recognizance with conditions of DAS supervision. We would ask for a no contact order with Elizabeth Davis, who is the person that she says that gave her the credit cards. So we're asking for a no contact order with that individual. We're asking for no alcohol, no controlled substances, and random testing. Again, those were not mentioned in the probable cause declaration. She does have a history, albeit older, of drug, and I'm going to tell the court about that in a minute, of drug possession and sales. So
Narc.
The only way the state would feel comfortable releasing that defendant on her own recognizance would be if we could implement those mitigating conditions of no drugs and alcohol and random testing. Her last criminal conviction was in 2015.
Belly pork. I hope you have a great birthday, and I hope that I live to be able to.
Oh my gosh,
celebrate.
I would love to know I was going to make it to 70.
Doubt it. For me, anyway.
That's 20 more years from now. I don't even know. This seems almost unimaginable at this point in my life.
But for real, Sally Poor, I hope you enjoy and have a great birthday.
Happy birthday! For possession of a controlled substance out of our second judicial district court. In 2014, she had a possession for sales of a controlled substance out of the second judicial district court.
Feel better.
And then she's got misdemeanor convictions for drug paraphernalia and domestic battery in 2013 and 2011. So she has been someone who has committed criminal activity in the past, hasn't had any criminal convictions since 2015. And that is the only reason the state is recommending the own recognizance release. This is a serious case. The state is well aware of the facts of the underlying robbery where these credit cards were stolen from, and it is very disturbing. So the fact that the defendant's even connected to that is concerning to the state. However, based on that older criminal history, the state is going to recommend an own recognizance release with those conditions.
Thank you. Defense, do you stipulate to those conditions?
Real quick.
Yes, Your Honor, we do.
So are we to understand that the credit cards came from a bigger crime, some sort of more troubling crime?
Yeah.
She was just caught either with them or using them.
Yeah. So therefore associated with.
Do you think she like rolled over on somebody and that's why she's gonna get this OR? Like she told some maybe?
No, I don't think that at this level that they would even be in there. Like if they help somebody.
Yeah, I'm like, hey, I'll let you know what's going on with these credit cards, where I got them from, since they're connected to a bigger crime, and you just kind of like let me go.
The way that she just said that, by the way, she's very convincing with like the terminology that she just used. That it's you know what I mean? Like I like that. Interesting. Give this just a second. There we go.
Thank you. So, ma'am, I'm going to go ahead and grant you an own recognizance release.
Boom.
I find that there are least restrictive means that can be imposed in order to ensure the safety of the community.
Mr. Simcox.
I am going to require that you be subjected to supervision from the Department of Alternatives.
All right, so you might be right. You might be onto something then. I just think if things like that, if you're narking on somebody, I guess you could slip the judge a note.
I mean, she's coming out with just like, hey, let's just give him an OR. I think we're fine here. Everything looks good to me, Judge.
But you're right. Simcox didn't even say a word. So that's It's interesting. You don't normally see that. Anyway.
Sentencing, so you must check in within 24 hours of your release. I am imposing a no contact order with Elizabeth Davis. I'm also imposing a no contact order with the named victim in this case of Ron Husey, Husey. I am going to require that you be subjected to random drug and alcohol testing based off of the nexus that was provided. I do note that it was a little older, but with the stipulation of the parties, I do find that that is appropriate as well as due to community safety. So you cannot use any controlled substances or alcohol, including marijuana, unless you have a valid prescription that's been approved, and you will be subjected to random drug and alcohol testing. And that is the order. The court will go ahead and set a arraignment. So you must appear in Reno Justice Court on November
in front of her has her picture on it.
9 a.m. for your arraignment hearing. Thank you.
It does too. That's interesting.
It's just like, wow, that's a good picture of me.
Maybe followed by Olivia Nunes de la Rosa.
That's a big, tall woman.
Yeah, she's a big girl. She'd kick my ass.
Oh, I know she whipped my ass.
I admit it. I know better.
Good morning, sir. We're here today for a first appearance bail hearing. Probable cause has been found and the public defender's office has been appointed to represent you. I am in receipt of the Nevada pretrial risk assessment, which indicates that you scored as a 9 or a high risk utilizing that tool. State, are you ready to proceed with the bail hearing?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, again, the state's not going to object to an owner cognizance release with conditions of no alcohol, no drugs, and random testing. I know that the defendant does not reside here. He lives in California. So I hope that an order can accomplish that and still be on supervision with DAS. His history is consistent.
Consistent with, go on, consistent with this. This is the time of day I get everybody. Look, do us a huge favor. Go ahead and like the video if you haven't done so already. Subscribe wherever you're watching from. I didn't stop time just for you to not like the video. So do it. Help us out. Hit the like. Don't forget we got members only coming up today for We Got a Chase channel at 5:30 and at 4:05, of course. The show that everybody loves. The moment everybody's been waiting for since Friday. We Got a Chase.
Maybe. So on my screen, I don't even see the screen over here. So it's just going around and around for me.
Here we go, round and round and round.
You might want to push yours to 30 minutes and 45 seconds because I can't even see mine. By the way, when it comes back up, the dude from Schitt's Creek, that's what he looks like. Doesn't he kind of look like him a little bit? Oh, there it is. It made it back anyways.
Back around again. Do you want to go to mine or?
Let me click play and see.
That's the one that I have no idea if drugs or alcohol were at play, but he is on probation for that offense. So I don't know if this will affect that or not, but
hi, Ryan
has misdemeanor conviction for DUI in 2015, 2010, and then what's commonly referred to as a wet reckless in 2007, all out of California.
Wet reckless?
So the state does believe that we can mitigate his
like that
with those conditions, and we would also ask for a no contact order with the row, so he doesn't revisit any of those casinos.
Thank you. Defense, do you stipulate to those conditions?
Yes, Your Honor, we do stipulate to those conditions.
Thank you. So, sir, I am going to go ahead and grant your own recognizance.
Come on.
Do you find there are least restrictive conditions that can be imposed in order to ensure that
looks a little like him.
The safety of the community?
All right, pause it.
So I will require
a wet reckless is a informal term for a plea bargain which was reached where someone was charged with a DUI, received a lesser charge, usually that of reckless driving. The charge is called wet because the reckless charge did not include under the influence. So he was drunk driving. We drop it down to reckless, but it's a wet reckless because we know he was wet.
See, You ask for a wet reckless at a truck stop at a pilot or something, it's completely different.
Whole different situation.
That you be supervised by the Department of Alternative Sentencing, where you must check in with DAS within 24 hours of your release.
I think
You
so.
cannot use any controlled substances or alcohol, including marijuana, unless you have a valid prescription approved by the court, and you will be subject to random drug and alcohol testing. I know that you reside in California, however, you will need to work with the Department of Alternative Sentencing in order to have that drug and alcohol testing occur. And so just to make sure that is very clear, that is a large and significant basis for why I do find that there are least restrictive conditions that can allow for your release. Additionally, you are to have no contact with the row. That's the entity that is Silver Legacy, Circus, as well as El Dorado. So you cannot have contact with any of those
No
properties.
gambling for you,
I am
dude.
setting an arraignment for you, and that will be set for November 30th at 9 a.m. So we'll see you then. Thank you. If you're not here for that hearing, then a bench warrant could be issued for your arrest. Thank you.
Here's my phone number. Call me later.
We'll watch
Mr.
Jimmy
Nunes
Kimmel
de la
together.
Rosa, followed by Stephen Stanley.
Stephen Stanley, come on down.
Is it going to be Florida Stanley, I hope?
Doom, doom, doom.
Florida Stanley's hilarious.
Good morning. We're here today for a first appearance bail hearing. Probable cause has been found, and the public defender's office has been appointed to represent you. I am in receipt of the Nevada pretrial risk assessment, which indicates that you scored as an 8 or moderate risk utilizing that tool.
Good
State,
point.
are we ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state is going to be seeking $20,000 in bail for Mr. Nunes. This case is related to another case that he was already in custody on. It is articulated in the probable cause, but that case, which is a home invasion, occurred several days after this. So this crime predates that.
He's on a roll.
He, on September 8th of 2023, you can see that the victim, I'm sorry, so on September 8th, they responded to the home invasion. They learned that the victim had been burglarized a couple days earlier. That is this burglary.
It didn't happen, Tiny Piggy.
There is video surveillance of the defendant going up to the apartment where the burglary occurs, returning with what appears to be the victim's property. So the evidence in the case does appear to be good. He scores an 8 on the NPRA. He has a prior unsuccessful pregnancy.
Look at that, 27 months of member mayor.
Really funny, quick story, Creed. I stumbled upon a Chase channel last night about midnight. I walk in, mayor's there. This channel has 36,000 subscribers, Creed.
Damn.
There were 10 people watching the video. I go back and look at all the other videos that are up there. They all have less than 50 views on them. This channel's been around since 2016.
Oh, okay.
36,000 subscribers, 10 people watching. The most obvious buying of subscribers I have ever seen.
I was gonna say it, or it was one of those that they bought. That could be
so egregious.
You ever see the ones that are for sale that are like kids channels or something that you just switch them into whatever you want? You're not gonna get any engagement. You're gonna see anybody. That's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
No, see, there you go. It used to be a gaming channel. Did they buy it or did they just switch it over to something new? Either way, that sucks. But listen, think about this. Like yesterday, when Emily was actively sending in things to Yankee in the South Live to see Will and Dawn and talk to, she actually got a couple of responses from them, which was great. But Geo Mad Cat all up in there. I thought that was funny.
Oh, I love that.
But no, they closed out. We found out yesterday they closed down one of our favorite stores. It's called All Sauced Up. You've heard me talk about it a million times, where you go in and try all the sauces with little pita chips, and they got tons of really good hot sauce and stuff. Their Pigeon Forge and Gatlinburg locations both closed, so we were talking to them about that. But anyways, you look at their subscribers compared to what they have on their lives, which is a scheduled live every Sunday, about 600 people to 7, back and forth. When you've got that many subs, and that goes without saying, same thing when Jacob the Carpetbagger is another one that I see live once in a while, with almost 500,000, if I'm not mistaken. and you got 200 or 300 people on there with you. I mean, that's the way YouTube works, I guess.
Live videos don't do well.
That's
Just
why
don't.
we are as blessed as we are to have 200 of you with us now, and twice that typically for the chase. It's crazy. But anyways, that's kind of fun. Onward and upward. Haven't had a Creed frame in like 10 minutes.
His history is not vast, but what we know is it's recent. So
It's not vast, but it gets the job done.
Of gross misdemeanor, taking a vehicle without an owner's consent. That was in June of this year.
Just so I know, these ones, which channel are they on, guys? Just so I know. Just FYI.
I'm on it.
Wondered which one they're on.
He got a straight
Agreed.
132 days jail for that case, so he's not on probation for that. That was where the unsuccessful pretrial service notes come from. He was released on his own recognizance. He then failed to appear. He was arrested in Los Angeles and had to be extradited back to
Main channel.
To face those charges.
Okay. Typically it's the other way around. Jenny, I saw we actually got a couple of ours that are closing. It's their own fault. Their own fault.
I blame them.
Seriously. Yes. Reno, good to see you, bud.
Other than that, in 2022, I found driving citations where he failed to appear at arraignment on those. So again, not a vast history, but what he's shown us so far is that he literally left the state and had to be extradited back for that prior case. He's now has that pending home invasion case, and now the case. So we do believe that some bail is appropriate, and we would ask for the $20,000.
Thank you. Just to confirm, was that charged as an attempted home invasion? Because that's what I see in his history and Odyssey, is that there's an attempted home invasion.
Shame on you if you don't even make it in.
Yes, that's exactly it. I think they submitted on home invasion, that we ended up charging it as an attempted home invasion.
Wellness check on Bob, please. Wellness check.
What's that thing on the back of his head?
Your Honor.
Like a scrub pad.
This was an ad book, so he wasn't.
It's an advertisement for the new Scrub Daddy. It's coming in all black now, not just yellow.
Oh, okay.
On the other charge. Because of that, he doesn't have the funds available to obtain any bail. I am going to be asking for an OR release just because he will be in custody on the other case anyways. So anything that effectively keeps him in custody in this case is going to be accumulative. Because
mention me dying next thing you know.
The other case, he's not able to afford the bail in the other case that's open. He was working, but because he's in custody, he's not able to work. We did try to call some family members, but because it is early right now, we're not able
they sleep
to
in, Your Honor.
with anybody. So with that, I am asking for an OR release on this case.
The lawyer just said jack shit.
Last statement. Are you requesting a continuance, or are you requesting to proceed based off of the information we have?
We can proceed based on the information we have.
Thank you. So I do find that the state has proven by clear and convincing evidence that there's no least restrictive conditions that can be imposed in order to ensure the safety of this community. Based on
short arms.
The NPRA and the factors as outlined in NRS 178.4853 and NRS 178.498 imposing bail. It will be in the amount of $10,000. That will be with no 10% cash option. And just to make sure it is very clear, as this is consecutive to his bail imposed in the other case, I am going to require that he be supervised by the Department of Alternative Sentencing.
He ain't going nowhere.
I did not hear the request, and I just want to confirm, state in his other case, he's being subjected to random drug and alcohol testing. There's
No problem.
judicial release order that's filed and indicate that
Dina.
you have no contact with.
Thanks for stopping by, Dina. I don't know what to tell you.
Dina, I appreciate your constructive criticism.
Thank you, Dina. I'm sure you do great on your channel. So,
Dina, I randomly apologize because I didn't mean it.
how'd the world work? Dina doesn't understand.
Dina,
Okay, Dina.
Diener, where are you calling in from? I have a feeling it's somewhere south of the Dixon line.
For real, Dina, if it's not your thing, just leave. I don't know what to tell you.
Unfortunately, we like for our channels to be monetized.
Yeah, and we like to watch court and hang out with 200 plus people in the chat with us. And if it's not your thing, then leave. Go to your own little. I don't know what to tell you.
Dina's alt account is actually Randall.
And the sound is annoying.
The sound, yes.
The sound.
Sound is terrible.
Dina, your fucking comment is annoying. So
damn it, Dina.
Bye, Dina.
It's Monday, Dina.
That
stop it.
Co-defendant or the named victim
Too early.
or have firearms or weapons. Are you requesting for all of those conditions?
The state is, Your Honor.
It just depends. Or do you have an objection to those conditions?
Not at this time.
Thank you. So I am, just to make sure to clean in this, I'll just require that you comply with all conditions as set forth in RCR 2023-124479A, as well as to have no contact with Moises Reyes Diosado or 3131 South Virginia Street, the Vagabond Inn. So that's
the Vagabond Inn.
I do find that all those conditions are
that can't have more than a 1 star, right?
No way.
I mean, that's quite the name.
Vagabond Inn.
Thank you, everybody, for welcoming Dina and saying goodbye.
She came in hot, real hot. I don't like that.
Dina's going to really hate YouTube, I think.
You're going to hate a lot of channels, Dina.
YouTube, you might want to go back to Facebook, probably where you came from anyways.
This isn't court TV. I'm sorry.
It's my thoughts anyways. Dina, close your ears because one of those annoying sounds. Jonathan R., thank you, Two-Bone. Hey, Dina! How's that? You like it?
Dina. Oh, Diener.
Back to court.
very inappropriate in order to ensure for community safety as well as based off the stipulation or I take that back, but based off of community safety, I do find that that is necessary and appropriate. So we'll set a 72-hour hearing. And Madam Clerk, when will that be?
November 17th.
Out.
Thank you. So we'll see you then. November 17th at 9:30 a.m.
He's drilling holes over in other countries, I saw.
Dude's making so much money, he's able to do that shit.
Imagine. It's like oil wells or something. I don't watch, but
as long as it isn't more hamburgers.
Speaking of hamburgers, this guy loves hamburgers. Dry.
Thank you. Are you Mr. Stanley?
Yes.
Thank you. We're here today for first appearance bail hearing. Probable cause has been found and the public defender's office has been appointed to represent you. I am in receipt of the Nevada pretrial risk assessment, which indicates that you scored as a 5 or moderate risk state. Are we ready to proceed?
I believe so, Your Honor. We were able to contact the victim in this case. He did say he wanted to be present. Can the clerk check and see?
Oh shit, we got the victim showing up.
Oh, I'm sorry, Boyer is.
Don't ever see that.
Waiting room.
Very rarely have I ever seen that.
I have an iPod.
Try to pick it.
I don't know who it is.
More for you, Dina. Did you enjoy that, Dina? Is that annoying for you? Because it's for you. Oh, water wells. That makes more sense because they don't have water.
It's harder to drink oil these days as it used to be.
Oil tastes like shit.
It's not. It doesn't go down very smooth. Gives you the shits.
That makes sense.
And I've met that person and
needs to go do that in Michigan. Get them some water, maybe.
Let's try that.
Who that person is, please.
It does not have that.
It is that time of year for that kind
It's
of
like, get away from me. Don't whisper in my ear. Stand back. Get back.
You want a dick inside her.
He's being aggressive. Oh, wow. Look at this guy.
Maybe says whoever is the iPod Touch user who just entered, if you could please unmute yourself.
Are you the iPod Touch user? Nope. But yeah, hi, all's iPod Touch.
Wow, no wonder she had a hard time saying his name.
I'm unmuted.
You're not muted. I will thank you.
My name is
You're welcome.
Thank
See
you,
what you've
sir.
done, Dina.
So I'm going to have you go ahead and mute yourself.
Okay, so he's going to give us some testimony. I'm excited for this. We don't never get some victim testimony like this.
Seriously, during one of these, I don't think we've ever seen that.
No.
Interesting. I wonder if they allow it and just people just don't ever
ask to do it. I would think so. I would think so. I would think that's an option, but I don't think I don't think a lot of people take advantage of it.
Pass, you know what else still works apparently are MP3 players. I sold 5. I listed 5 this weekend. These SanDisk, they're like 32 gig small little MP3 players. A little clip-on made by SanDisk. I sold every single one, all 5 of them, $40 a piece.
People love old stuff.
And they're actually newer-ish. Like, it's crazy. Hello, Margaret.
Up again, and we will go ahead and begin with this case. We're here today for the case of Stephen Stanley. First appearance, bail hearing, as we previously discussed, probable cause had been found. And I discussed also on the record that he scored as a 5 or moderate risk, and states now that the named victim is present. Are you ready to proceed?
Yes, Your Honor. Your Honor, the state is going to be seeking bail in the amount of $10,000 bondable based on the battery with a deadly weapon category B offense. The state's request is largely based on 2 factors. Number one, the underlying violence.
Dina hates us so much that Dina's still here.
Oh, Dina, good to see you, bud.
Great to see you, Dina. Glad.
Is it the same Dina or different Dina?
That's Dina. Fenwick. What would you rather, Dina? You want to just sit here and talk for a little while? Or?
I like that you're still here. Power on. Do you think these guys were lovers?
No, I don't think so.
Okay.
I don't think so.
In the case, Mr. Boyer is here, but I can tell you that obviously the facts discussed, and we have eyewitness testimony that the defendant struck Mr. Boyer in the face with a firearm. It looked like on the top of the head as well as in the face. He had visual injuries when the police arrived, and so there's underlying violence. Couple that with the defendant owning a firearm and using that firearm in the course of this battery, the state is very concerned. The second most concerning factor is that the 2 individuals reside very close to each other. I'm understanding that they reside literally across the hall from one another.
Oh, no.
So, the state absolutely will be seeking a no contact order. I know Mr. Boyer wants a no contact order. And so that would involve the defendant having to move or leave that residence. But based on the underlying violence, we do believe that some bail is appropriate. He does have some much older criminal history revolving around possession of narcotics and a DUI. But we're talking about in the 90s. He did diversion for those, and he hasn't had any criminal arrests since then. But again, the state believes that based on the violence used, that he is a risk to our community and especially to this victim. So we would ask for the $10,000 with DAS supervision, with a no contact order.
Somebody got Dawn last night. She read it out loud that somebody was getting her D's nuts for Christmas, and she read it, and Will just kind of laughed.
I love watching those guys. Real quick, a quick side note. I meant to do this already. Our good friend Paisley has a channel called Kitchen Court Chats now, because the other one, I guess, has been attacked by YouTube. She is like 50 subscribers away from getting to 500, so she can make some scratch over there.
Damn,
so
nice.
If you guys can help her out and help her get to 500, that will allow her to make monies for all her hard work.
Speaking of money, Scottish Lass, thank you. Keep commenting, guys. The best part. That's the whole point of the channel. Some people don't understand. It's fine. It's okay if you don't understand how the world works.
If you don't enjoy it, you don't enjoy it. Also, if you look below, Dina has now been nominated possibly for Fan of the Year there on the Monetary Monorail.
That was quick. Today, your Dina Day on the channel. Dina, make sure to come back at 4:05. We'll be talking more over video.
Oh, Diener.
And then if you get lucky enough, we have members only at 5:30 East.
Do you think the day will come where we're like, hey, do you remember when Dina come in and she tried to be a troll?
Yeah, that's happened before. Sally giving us gifts on Please tell me that Dina got one. Sally, thank you and happy birthday to you, Sally.
Let me look.
I also want to tell you happy birthday from Dina. I don't think she's capable of actually telling you happy birthday, so I will.
Victoria B picking up that membership. Cellulite Yoga Pants, James McCain, and Mary Slack, and Windy City Bobby.
Windy City Bobby. Oh, Dina, I'm so sorry.
Maybe next time. Make sure you got gifts turned on.
Chats. And by the way, you're more than welcome to drop. Oh, good. Yeah, you did. All right, Jonathan dropped the link. If you
Thank you, Jonathan.
Link, good deal. Appreciate that. Yeah, I got the link in
obviously
there.
a no firearms clause. I'm not sure if the police took that firearm, but we would certainly ask for a no firearms clause as well. And I know
I went over there one time and got ignored, never went back. Maybe I'll try it out again. I think that was on the old show.
I saw there was some other YouTubers shouting her out. I was like, damn, now we look bad. I gotta do something. She's here every day and we don't even shout her out. I'm like, great.
Sorry. It's not us being assholes. You have to remind us to do things like that. Right?
All the time.
We don't remember I mean, it's a miracle that we remember to say like this video and subscribe. And I love you.
If I didn't have it wrote on a card here in front of me, I would forget every day.
I'm really glad that Dina's here with us still, because
Dina, you like Court? Do you like Court from Canada? They got that.
Canadian. Oh, dude, Dina probably doesn't like Canadians.
Oh, well, I tried.
Oh, and yeah, there are boobies over there too. H&W, thank you for the reminder.
Oh,
yes.
I never noticed.
Something that we can't really provide that well.
Or
on here.
If we could, but I don't know if anybody would be back for them. It's a possibility, though.
Wants to speak as well.
All right, let's see what this guy's got to say.
Mr. Boyer, I'm not going to have you speak now. The law allows you to speak last, so I just want to make sure you had that information. So we'll turn first to the defense and then I'll come to you to determine if you still wish to speak. Defense, please proceed.
Your Honor, we're going to be asking for an OR release. Looking at his criminal history, the state's correct. There's no violent convictions. So that shows that he's not a threat to the community. These individuals know
just the guy across the hall.
Specific incident. This isn't a case where he's going out and randomly getting into violent fights with individuals in the community. So he's not a threat to the community. This happened at a Siegel Suites, which is a weekly. I have spoken to him and he's more than willing to find a place to stay somewhere else. It'll be extremely easy for him because he can get a weekly anywhere else in town that is away from that victim. He has no objection to a no contact order from this individual. I believe we have to pay great deference to the fact that he has no criminal convictions. He's willing to comply with any requirements that the court will give him to keep him out of custody on an OR. He's even represented to me that he is a PhD candidate. So this represents.
I'm a PhD. I'm a professor.
Yeah.
I'm the former
Yeah,
professor.
you're a PhD candidate. You received a PhD.
Yeah.
So he's a professor.
Wow.
Kind of awkward.
What'd you just say about me? Huh?
You just called me a candidate? I have a PhD. I was a professor.
I got a damn PhD. Don't make me hit you in the mouth. You
look at goddamn. He's not got a PhD and things.
He's got the P, the H, and a lot of the D.
Well, he got mad about that. He wanted to make sure that the judge knew he was a professor. It was.
And I like they were going to take his pew away from him so he don't hurt the guy across the hall. Remember, he beat him with it. He can pick up anything.
Right.
Anything to assault this man. So I'm a damn professor, you son of a bitch.
Looking for work. So this represents an individual who is employable.
Where are you staying, sir? I'm in a weekly motel.
Yeah, I can go anywhere weekly. Did I mention I'm a professor? Cryptozoologist.
He will comply with any conditions that the court will set on him as long as he can get an OR release. He's out of work right now, so he's not able to afford any amount of bail. So that will result in a de facto detention in him. So with that, I'm asking for an OR release with any conditions the court feels are necessary.
Thank you. Now to,
if it was that big, he would have hit him with it, not with a fire.
He wouldn't have needed to keep you. He is really giving this lawyer some shit, man.
Yeah.
He is not playing around. Mention again that I have a PhD.
Mr. Boyer, do you wish to testify here today? Before you say anything, just let me know whether or not you do wish to testify.
I do wish to say something.
Thank you. So I'm going to have you be sworn in now. So I'm going to have you raise your right hand. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony that you shall give today shall be subject to the penalty of perjury according to the laws of the state of Nevada and shall be the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
I do.
Thank you. So you can put your hand down. So today we are just here for a bail hearing. So what the court is interested in hearing your thoughts on whether or not you believe that Mr. Stanley is a danger to yourself, whether you're requesting a no contact order, your thoughts regarding bail and conditions. So please proceed. And Ms. Costa, just to confirm.
It's coming right now. Kay just put it in there. Bree, you should be able to join us that way. It should be in your chat in a second.
Do you wish to have him just proceed, or do you wish to walk him through with questions?
He can make a statement, Your Honor. That's fine.
Thank you. Please proceed, sir.
I don't think he should be let out without a bail. My biggest thing is he was holding the handle of the pistol and he was hitting me with the barrel of it. It could have went off.
Ooh. Oh yeah, I
could not be here today. To me, that's not okay. That's the biggest, and I'm still wearing the barrel mark right here on my upper lip from where he kept hitting me with it. I don't think he should get an OR bond, honestly.
He's like, I hit him one time. What's he talking about?
And that's all I have to say.
Thank you. Ms. Costa, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, do you have any questions?
No, Your Honor.
Thank you. Thank you, Mr. Boyer. So I do find that the state has proven by clear and convincing evidence that there are no least restrictive means that can be imposed in order to ensure that Mr. Stanley is not a danger to this community or the named victim in this case. As set forth in the case law Valdez Jimenez, it is not just the danger to this community, but also to the named victim that is necessary for this court to consider. And based on the facts as presented, the NPRA and the factors as outlined in NRS 178.4853 and NRS 178.498, I do find that there are no least restrictive means that can be imposed in order to ensure the safety of the community or the named victim in this case. So I am setting bail in the amount of $10,000 that's bondable.
Oh, he's a
10% cash option.
Was that his
I am imposing a
penis
no
bottom?
with Arthur Boyer, as well as the Siegel Suites located at 136 West 2nd Street. Sir, Mr. Stanley, if you're able to post that bail amount, you will be required to be supervised by the Department of Alternative Sentencing. So you must check in within 24 hours of your release. And
so there it is, 10K for him, and
he's quite a piece of work.
Did dude showing up help any with that?
I think so. I mean, it seems open and shut, kind of, but
right.
Him saying, "Hey, he had his finger on the trigger of the pew pew, man."
I mean, explaining how that is, and then be able to point out his dent from it is.
And you could tell he was scared. That guy's scared of him. 100%.
I would be if I got beaten that way, for sure.
Yeah.
Couple of really quick things. We'll see you at 405 East for Mini Chase Monday, and we got a chase. I want to say thank you. Monday, Dina. Monday, Dina Express. Heather got choked. Hanson. John A. Fun Heart. Melissa, thank you. Gary, Tiny Piggy, who was just listening today. John A. Fun Heart Part 2. Tiny Piggy again. I'll go for Lisa. Dina Fenrick, fan of the year. Dun dun dun. Scottish Lass, thank you, Sally Port, with the gifts on her birthday, even. Which is crazy.
Gift that just keeps on giving, Creed. Just like us, we keep on giving all week long. It never stops. Won't stop. Can't stop. You do us a huge favor. If you want a Christmas card, send it over to SantaBaby1@gmail.com. I'm cutting it off this week with peace and love.
Got it.
Probably tomorrow. Today's going to be the last day. Let me officially announce this. Today is the last day. If you want with peace and love, there will be no more accepting addresses for Christmas cards. After today, they will be returned. Peace and love. So make sure you get it in today, or you're not going to get it in at all. And Dina, I'll send you one if you like. And if you want to send me one, make sure you say, hey, I would like to return the favor. I want to send you one, whatever, because we got to get these Christmas cards together and out because there's over 100 of you asking for Christmas cards. So make sure you do that. And you got to send those ones. Yeah. I'll be writing them all out this week. So
we'll talk about that. And don't forget about over on Discord, the Secret Santa. Go right to that channel. We'll talk about that more a little bit later on. Let's jump out of here. We got
yeah, we're jumping. You guys take care. Stay safe, stay hard, stay tuned. Go watch some old videos because some of you haven't been. I'm posting court videos daily for you guys without our beautiful faces and talking. Gina, I'm talking to you. So get on over there now.
Tina.
Everybody loves Credence and Mikey, baby. Come on. See you.
So again, Dina, 405 East. We'll see you for We Gotta Chase. And then if you're lucky enough, we'll see you for members only at 5:30.
You know you want to be there.